Okay, guys, I have a new video for you today, and I finally learned how to use Reddit, so we're getting some new, fresh stories. This story came out 19 hours ago, as of, like, the time that I'm reading it. I haven't read past the title, so it's a doozy, but, like, I wouldn't know that because I haven't read past the title, but the title makes it sound like it's gonna be a doozy. So let's get into it, all right? So title is, Am I the Asshole for naming my twins after characters without knowing that the characters would develop romantic feelings for each other? It sounds like your twins are gonna either hate you or they're going to be they're not going to hang out very much. And they're not going to tell people what their sibling's name is. Anyways, my husband, 37 male, and I, 35 female, are big literature nerds. And we have twins, 10 months old. Named after two protagonists in a formerly semi-obscure book both loved growing up. We both loved growing up, sorry. Apparently I'm not going to be able to read today. The names are quite uncommon, so you would only recognize them if you were a fan of the book. Or at least that's what we thought before the book was adapted into video format. Note that our children were born before the book was adapted. We did not think it would ever get a screen adaptation. Our logic for naming our twins those names is because one of the co-authors said before that originally the characters were supposed to be just one character, but eventually was split into two. That's actually some pretty good reasoning. Like, it's kind of solid. That's, like, really poetic in a way because, you know, it's kind of how twins work. Like, they were meant to be one baby, but then the embryo or something, I don't know all the science terms, something split up. And they became two, and now they're the same person, but two of them. That's not completely true. Like, it's not a correct description of what twins are, but it's good enough if you don't care, and I don't. So, we thought they had a very touching platonic bond and did not expect that this dynamic would change, but turns out the characters become a popular fan pairing online. I did not see it that way, but the actors and directors kind of leaned in that direction initially, and I assumed it was just fan service because there was nothing definitive. That is so scary. I'm sure they were squirming and just absolutely like, hopefully it doesn't go this way. Poor them, it did. I found out recently that now the characters' relationship has been changed and that instead of being platonic, they are now blatantly depicted to be in love with each other and have even kissed on screen. Oh no. Just don't let your kids ever find this show, and also don't let them tell their friends each other's names, or, you know, scary. Anyways, this has been a shock to me, and my husband, and his family in particular, has been less than enthusiastic about this turn of events. They initially did not want us to name our twins those names, and are now saying our twins from then on will be associated with because our naming choices. Thankfully, our children are not aware yet of this since they're young, but I'm worried they'll be teased relentlessly in upcoming years. Yeah, but you can just change their names. They're like 10 months. They will not miss the names. Like, just change them. Or, like, at least give them nicknames that are not connected, that, like, you can't really connect. Or, like, call them by their middle names or something. I don't know. You can do so many different things. Am I the asshole for naming my kids after characters who are now associated with each other romantically? No, but you can change that. I mean, like, I really don't believe that it's, like, it's not your fault is what it is. Like, a lot, I'm sure, I wonder if, like, depending on the story and let me just let me just backtrack a little bit. Depending on the story, the author may never have wanted them to be anything more than platonic, but then ended up going in that direction because of fan service and because of, like, you know, what's the word? Ratings and stuff. So you couldn't have predicted that, although it is a little strange. It's been done. I mean, maybe next time name your kids after actual siblings, because, you know, yeah, that, I mean, unless it's a very questionable author, or, you know, production, that probably wouldn't happen. But let's get into some comments. Oh my gosh. So the first comment is, did you name your kids Azaraf? I still don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. Aziraphale. I think that's it. Did you name your kids Aziraphale and Crowley? Because YTA, because you are the asshole if those are the names you gave to real humans. What do you mean? Those are cute. I'm sorry. Those are cute. Why would you say that? Edit, you did. A book with co-authors written around the time you were a youth that had a recent TV adaptation where the main characters kiss. It's Good Omens, LOL. Oh no. Oh no, is it? There's okay, so a reply to this is also, if it is go, they can't even claim ignorance, LOL. OP says the twins are 10 months old. A and C as a romantic pairing had been fairly blatant since series 1, which was long before OP's spouse would have even been with child. Yeah, so yeah, honestly, if I doubt it, there's no way that it's Good Omens, because, like, Good Omens, duh. There's no way that it's Good Omens, because if you're a literature fan and you don't understand, like, and you can't, well, okay, I don't know, I can't really say that, but, like, okay, but, like, also, but, like, did they just not know that it came out or something? No, there's no way that it's Good Omens. There's no way. Also, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's no way. I just can't imagine that. I mean, yes, those are such cool names, and a literature nerd would probably name their kid one of the or two of those things. But, like, what do you mean? What do you mean you never saw that coming? There's no way. Okay. So the same person who's commenting this, that also, if it is Good Omens, they can't even claim ignorance. That one. There's an ETA. Sorry, y'all. I misread the 10 M as 10 months. I've been informed the mistake and acknowledge it as such. Oh my gosh, I read it as that too. It's 10 male. Oh, so the kids are 10 years old. Dang. So it really could be Good Omens, because, okay. All right, anyways. Thanks all for the info. All right, so someone replying to that says, also, when I read it, their relationship definitely felt romantic-ish to me. This was years ago before the show. Weird choice all around. You know what? We're gonna fact check real quick. I'm going to look up when the book came out, because I've just recently, meaning like in the last 2 years, discovered Good Omens through friends, and let's figure out when the book came out, because this could really confirm to us when or when not. Okay, so it came out May 10th, 1990. The book. That is suspicious. They could totally be right. This is so interesting. How did these people clock it like this? I haven't seen the second season, so maybe I'm behind. Okay. I'm just gonna go through this thread. Another replying to this person replying to this said, Agreed. I read the book over 10 years ago, and me and many people on Twitter already knew what was up at the time. I read it pre-Tumblr. This is another person. I read it pre-Tumblr, and it didn't pick up on that. Well, maybe these people are just not good at romantic cues. Like, how do you know? Maybe it took them forever to get together too. Maybe they are the real life Aziraphale and Crowley, and they quite literally just named their kids that because they resonate with those characters so much, because they cannot pick up on the cues, baby. They just can't, because I know those characters just. It took a minute for them to realize things. I haven't seen the second season, so maybe I'm wrong, but you know. Throughout the whole first season, I was like, no. Maybe. No. You know, it was just my whole... Anyways, someone else replying said, not to mention, Gaiman himself has confirmed it's always been a love story. Period. But also, in this case, not so much. Let's move on to a... Let's turn to an original comment, because... Why not? Okay, this one's kind of a long one. So, original comment. Sure, I'll act like this is real. Number 1, Good Omens is not and was never semi-obscure. It's that really what they were named for. If that's really what they were named for. Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett are two famous and well-renowned authors. Just because the book wasn't as mainstream as Stephen King doesn't mean it wasn't well known by the people who were already fans of the authors. 2, the characters had gay implications made about them in the book, like Anathema thinking they were a couple, for example. 3, some names are for fictional characters, and trying to give those names to a human is just daffy. Okay, I don't know what daffy means, but I'm assuming it means somewhere along the lines of like dumb or stupid. And again, you're being too harsh. I don't know if I said it like that before, but I think those names are really cool. And just because it's given to a character in a book and it's like super cool and like what's fantasy, doesn't mean that it's like reserved for that. Like that's so upsetting. You know how many kids are walking around with the name Percy right now? Do you know? Because there are tons of them. Tons. And where did that come from? It came from Percy Jackson. It came from possibly, maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there's some other way that people got it, but I'm sure a lot of them came from Percy Jackson. So I don't know what you're talking about. A lot of the names, like, I can't really think of another example. I'm sure nobody named their kids after Aang, unless maybe in another country, maybe another, like, I don't know what language the name came from. But I'm sure maybe in that language that happened, you know? But I'm just saying, like, if kids want to name their kids Beyonce, I think they can name their kids Aziraphale. I'm sorry. It's just, yeah. And it's such a weird argument to make. Like, you need to sit down. Like, naming I'm continuing reading. Like, naming a child Blaze Bloodthorn. Okay, that's stupid. I'll admit that. That's stupid. But Aziraphale is so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. Just because it's long and it has a lot of, like, syllables or whatever doesn't mean it shouldn't be a name. You're weird. Oh, what did I do? No, I lost it. I gotta get it back. Give me a second. Oh. Okay, wait. Stop it. Okay, wait a second. Okay. Where are we at? Like, naming a child Blaze Bloodthorn Jones just sounds dumb and tryhard. Aziraphale is an overly tryhard name for a real person. Shut up. I hate you. Crowley as a name was already associated with a famous writer and occultist Aleister Crowley, and due to that influence, the name is associated with demons and the occult, like Crowley from Supernatural. You are the asshole. If you give your kid a fandom name, don't make it obvious that it's a fandom name. If you named your kids Adam and Anthony, that could have been a cute reference to the book without permanently branding your kids with an obvious reference. You're being a little annoying. I'm sorry. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you, commenter. You suck. And, you're just, I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that take. It's not good. It's not good. It's just not good. Let's go to another original. You did not name your kids Crowley and Aziraphale. I say it different every time. As Aziraphale. You did not name your kids Crowley and Aziraphale. I simply refuse to believe that happened in real life. What is wrong with these people? Edit. LOL. OP removed the post because they apparently assumed none of us would know which book they meant. Girl, I feel so bad. This is horrible. What is wrong with these people? They're so mean. Like, it's not even a bad name. Okay, somebody else commenting under this one, like, responding to the one I just read. They're worried about bullying because of the romantic... Drop the mic. They're worried about bullying because of the romantic pairing. What about being bullied because your name is Aziraphale? If you bully someone because their name is cool, you are a loser. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're a loser and you need help. Continue on reading. At least little Crowley can pretend it's a family name or something. Shut up. I'm sorry. Shut up. He can just go by Azzy or Raph. Did you not think of that? There are so many nicknames within that one name. He could go by anything and nobody would bat an eye. He could say, my name is Hale. My name is Raph. My name is Zira. Oh, well, maybe. I mean, if he likes Zira. My name is Azzy. My name is Azaraph. My name is Fail. That would be funny. You could make a lot of jokes with that one. But, like, come on now. A nickname could solve all these problems. All you guys are so boring, and also you're caught on the wrong thing. Okay? These people are nerds. They already told you that they're nerds. So obviously they're going to give their kids a weird name. And then also when the name is cool, you're just like, ew, why would you do that? You're just jealous you didn't think of it first. I'm sorry. You are. You're jealous. Crawley. Ew, why would you think that? Why would you think that his name is Crawley? Okay. Oh. Someone said that poor baby Aziraphale is going to have such a hard time learning to spell his name. I mean, I guess, but there's plenty of people who have hard times learning to spell their names because they're super long. I mean, yeah, this one it's got a lot of syllables, but once he learns it, he's not gonna forget, probably, for a long time. Fandom really loves Zira. Let's see. One more, and then I'm just going to stop it. All right. Yes, they're arshole. Never name your kids after uniquely named characters because A, you never know if your perspective of that character will change, and B, that's just sentencing your kid to a lifetime of bullying. This is probably how all girls named Daenerys or Khaleesi feel. Edit. Also, your kids aren't going to be bullied because they're named after characters who are now gay for each other. They're going to be bullied because their names are Aziraphale and Crowley. I feel like this is the only person whose point is actually whose point is actually kind of valid. Like, yes, you could hate that character later, and it's definitely happened before. Like, certainly you're like dying on the hill of like loving this character, but what happens when you can't look at your child because that character does something terrible? You know what I mean? Well, that probably wouldn't happen, but you'd probably like stop calling your kid by that name because you're like, I don't want to associate you with that But anyways, that's valid. That's a valid reason to be like, you're so stupid, because yeah, instead of being like, oh, you're so stupid for naming your kid a name you thought was cool, like, duh, I'm gonna name my kid something I think is cool. Like, you stupid. Why would I do something different? Like, I don't know where these people are getting these logics from, but they're not working out. Anyways, and then also, yeah, I can't honestly imagine people would be naming their kids Daenerys or Khaleesi. That's wild. Why would you do that? Why would you name anyone? Why? Why would you name why would you name your kid something from a show that's so explicit in all the ways? No, ma'am. That's just irresponsible. Okay. Or, okay, someone else said, or if you do, don't do it as their primary name. My youngest daughter has an unusual fandom name. It's her fourth name. Girly Pop, why does she have 4 names? We call her by the second. The number of people IRL who know she has a fandom name can be counted on one hand. In case anyone is wondering, she has so many names because we lost a lot of grandparents. Oh, dang. All right, maybe I feel bad now. I'm sorry. In a relatively short time, so she got named for 3 of them. I feel like this Reddit post got swarmed with a bunch of haters, and like, normally there are total valid reasons to be a hater, but like, there was only one person who had a valid reason in that, comment section. So I'm so baffled by that, but I'm just gonna say it, the names weren't that bad. And you know what? It's not their fault. Their kids are 10. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You'll catch me later. Bye.